Well, here I am with a coffee ready to settle into today's activity. And today I'm thinking about my favourite things. Thinking about your favourite things can be a very good mindful exercise. I've got an idea of how I'm going to start it. It'll be interesting to see how it develops. But of course, you'll have already seen how it develops because you'll have seen the picture that I post on the thumbnail for the video. So grab a coffee. Get your art stuff here ready, your colouring in things. Print off the sheet if you want to use the one I've provided with the words already on it, or write your own. And I look forward actually to seeing what you create as well. So please do put it in the comments. I'm wondering actually if we should have a separate little Facebook group called the Artful Elves, so that we can share, you can share your pictures within the safety of a Facebook group that is like-minded people. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm going to stop this and get on. Hi, as you can see, I've taken my favourite jumper off and not put my painting jumper on because I had a gift on my doorstep. I can now be the Artful Elf with an elf outfit on. So thank you to I know who it was because I mentioned it to her, so thank you, Susan, for lending me this. I don't think I'm going to paint in it though, because I should hate to get paint on it. So I'm just going to get changed into my blue jumper, and I suggest that you get yourself ready and that you join me after you've done the breathing exercises, the relaxation, which I shall do and I shall get set up ready for the next session. So sit comfortably with your back straight and but relaxed. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor and your hands just resting in your lap. And become aware of yourself, your body, your breathing. Close your eyes. Is possibly best, but you don't have to. You could just look at the picture on the screen. Listen to the sounds around you, maybe the ticking of a clock, children playing in another room. Be aware that they are there, and then bring yourself back to you, where you are. Notice your body and your breathing. Breathe normally. Be aware of each breath going in and going out. Notice anything that comes to mind as a distraction. Acknowledge it and let it go, and return your attention to your breathing. And as you settle into being aware of yourself in the current present moment, park any other thoughts that come to mind about the past or the future and concentrate on now. I'm going to lead you through a way of breathing a little deeper. Breathe in to the count of 5 and then out to the count of 7. And if that's too long, then as long as you're breathing out for a little bit longer than breathing in, that calms you down. So take a breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And continue in that breathing pattern that you've established now. Whether you've kept up with me or not doesn't matter. Just take 10 of these breaths in and out. And any distractions, just acknowledge them and then return your attention to your breathing. And this technique is useful at any time to calm yourself down. And when you're ready, carry on and meet me with the next bit of the recording, which will be the art activity. So here we go. Right, so my favourite things. I think I want to have the words on a circle, going like that for my, and favourite along there, and things going upwards. My favourite things. What turns your frown to a smile? Your frown turn upside down and to smile. And one way of doing the lettering is to put lines like that as a guideline. That's a bit wide. And so that's what I did. And then F, whoops, A, because you've got this guide line and you can do your lettering there. And I always wanted to be a Blue Peter presenter. There's one I did earlier. So to do that, I put those guidelines in, did them in pencil, and then got my pen and went over carefully. And then once I'd done all of that, got my rubber and rubbed out the pencil, and thereby created that. So that's how I did that. I thought it would be quicker if I did a Blue Peter on you. So my favourite things. I think that colours should reflect our favourite things. And I want to do this acrostically, I think that's the right word for it, so that each of these letters will remind me of favourite things. And M reminds me my favourite thing. Oh, marmalade on toast. Ooh, that's a bit splodgy. Marmalade on toast. Lovely, thick cut, tangy marmalade on toast. Oh, how yummy is that? Actually, let's just use the spare bits to make a bit of background. Yummy marmalade on toast. Or mountains. Let's have a mountain or two. Have a mountain range. I like mountains. Mountains are nice things to go and see. Actually, that's not bad. I'm quite pleased with that. That's just a rough mountain. So that's M for marmalade and mountains. Lovely. Y, young animals. Aren't they cute? I love seeing the cows in the fields round here. And that's not got brown, has it? That's just gone a bit more blue. Perhaps a bit of yellow. Red and green make brown. But not all animals are brown, are they? But many of them are. Young animals are so cute. Well, I'm going to go with that colour, whether it makes sense or not, because we can't be here all day. Oh, it's a sort of grey colour. I fancy that. Young puppies and kittens and sheep and lambs. They all look lovely, don't they? A bit more on the mountains there. So I love being out in the mountains. So Y for young animals. F, my favourite things starting with F. Well, there's my Frances, my daughter. I like Fire in the Grate, and I like Freshly Laundered Sheets. But I'm going to go red for Fire because that's easier. And we can have some flames. So Fire in the Grate is a lovely thing, particularly on a winter's night. So let's have some flames going on there. A is for apples, or I can stay red for apples because I don't like the shiny red apples. Coxes I like best. So they're a bit of red and a bit of green, aren't they? Apples. Oh, I wasn't going to put that there. I was going to put something else there. Never mind. So apples, some are red and some are a bit green, aren't they? I'm going to leave that and put the green on later because we know what happens, don't we? If you put red and green together, you end up with a sort of muddy colour. So I'll finish the apple later. V is for, now those of you that know me will not be surprised that V is for Vino. That looks more like blackcurrant juice, but I can assure you I do like a nice glass of red wine. So let's get a bit more red on that. Yeah, Vino. That's better, isn't it? So a nice glass of red wine is one of my favourite things to relax with. Not too much though, just a little. And let's have that. Oh, that's too much water on there. And so we'll have that in a goblet, in a very wide glass. So a nice glass of wine. Oh, O is for, this is very unimaginative of me, oranges. Oranges are not the only fruit, are they? But what else starts with O? What's your favourite things? I don't know. I'm going to stick with just an O for an orange. U is for my favourite thing starting with U. Can be any colour. It's an umbrella. Let's see what a dab of blue in there works out like. Let's put a bit of blue on there as well. I like an umbrella when it's raining. Something to shelter me from the rain. And speaking of rains, my favourite thing starting with R is a rainbow. So red and orange. Richard of York gave battle in vain is how we remember. And here's one I did another time. I could cut that out and put it on there, but actually I do enjoy doing a rainbow. And I don't normally start with the blue, with the rainbow, but that's what I've got on my brush. So let's get the red. Let's do a rainbow. Rainbow's lovely, promise of hope and God's promises. This is probably too much on there. So let's get a bit of red. Red. And then, of course, yellow. The next primary colour. Bit of yellow, because if that overlaps with the red, that's too much water. You overlap that is where you get the orange, isn't it? And actually, if I overlap with the blue, you get the green. Yeah, instant rainbow almost. And then Richard of York gave battle in vain. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, which is a sort of purpley colour. Let's put that there. Perhaps a bit more blue. And then a definite purple, a bit more red in there, a reddish purple. That's not the right colour, but never mind. Never mind, it's just a piece of art that's having fun. So a sort of a rainbow. I might tidy that up later. Rainbows after the rain. And of course, rivers. I do like a river. So a bit of white and blue. We could have a river by that mountain, couldn't we? Going round there. A nice wavy river coming down from the mountain along there. Of course, rivers aren't really blue, are they? I don't know why we paint rivers blue, but we do. Nice bit of river. Let's get a little bit of white dotted in there. Oh, a bit too much water, but there you go. So a nice bit of river, bit of movement there. So there we go. What's next? I didn't colour the rainbow. I didn't colour the R in, did I? That's going to be interesting. So a little bit of red. I forgot all about the letter R. I got carried away with doing the actual rainbow. So a bit of red. A bit of yellow. And a bit of blue. Let's see what it does. All the colours. Oh, splodge, splodge, splodge. There you go. Let's just have a splodgy letter. Oh, that's a nice little squiggle, isn't it? R for rainbow. I for icicles on windows. And the patterns that you get on the car when it's frosty. So let's get a bit of silver. So icicles and frosty mornings are lovely, aren't they? Particularly if you haven't got to go out. T. It's for Terry, my husband. What colour can he be? Oh, he's going to end up pink. We can't have pink. I'll tell you what, let's put some blue on there as well, and it can be more of a purpley colour. There we go. T for Terry. E for elephants. I do like elephants. They're lovely, graceful creatures, and they're not blue, are they? They're grey. But there we go. We can have a blue E for a blue elephant, and I'm not going to try and draw an elephant. Let's get a bit of a squiggle going on there. So T. Right, well, what is music to my ears is now have a nice cup of tea, which is not that colour. I would not like to drink tea that colour. I like a nice, strong, dark brown tea. I haven't got a dark brown open. Let's see what that red adds to it. That's not bad. So I'll get my brown out on that. Tea. So a teacup or a mug. Let's draw a mug. I do like a nice cup of tea. Let's give it a handle. Nice cup of tea. Oh, you can't beat it. There we go. I'll tidy that up in a bit. So tea is a lovely thing to have. Do you like a nice cup of tea? H is for hydrangeas and holidays. I like hydrangeas because my granddad used to have them. And I can't remember if he had blue ones or pink ones or both. So we'll have a bit of blue. So a bit of blue and a bit of pink, because I like hydrangeas. Hydrangeas can either be blue or pink depending on the soil. And if you think about it, we vary according to the soil we're in. You know, what's going on in our lives will affect how we are. But I like happy faces as well. H for a happy, smiley face. So let's just have a happy face, a smile. Happy. I'll put the face on that when it's dried. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to do it all in one go. So that's going to be a smiley, happy face. I've already had ice, but I'm going to have I for Emmanuel, God with us, because he's got to be number one. And N, I couldn't think of anything for N. I've been thinking and thinking and thinking, and I can't think what N is one of my favourite things. I'm going to have to leave that with a question mark over it, because I just can't think of that. But then life is sometimes like that, isn't it? That there are puzzles and things we don't know the answers to in life. And sometimes it's not my favourite thing when someone says no, but sometimes being able to say no is a great step forward. To be able to say, no, I'm not doing this, that or the other. And giving your permission to say no, actually, yes, being able to give myself permission to say no is one of my favourite things. Yeah, that is a definite, yeah, no can be a good thing. We need to learn to say no, some of us. So, G, what is G? One of my favourite things is gold, not necessarily the precious metal, although I wouldn't say no if someone asked me if I wanted some gold, but the colour gold, because it reminds me of autumn leaves. Let's see if we can get a sort of leaf shape going there. Autumn leaves, when they turn gold, are lovely, aren't they? Yeah, that's sort of like a leaf, isn't it? And they're gold, and then they have red bits on them, don't they? Some of them. Golden, red. Autumn leaves are lovely, aren't they? Lovely, lovely. Let's get a bit of water on that to blend them. So lovely autumn leaves. I'm going to put a bit more gold on there. Because hopefully, if I've got a bit of water on there, that will blend in. So autumn leaves are one of my favourites. So there we go, golden autumn leaves, golden red autumn leaves. And S, well, it's a similar colour, unfortunately. Well, that's gone a bit pinky anyway. So S is for my favourite other daughter. I've got Frances and Stephanie, and they're both my favourites. I can't choose between them. But Stephanie, actually, like our dog Star, similar colouring. Stephanie's a ginger and Star was a golden Labrador. So that's nice. And I'm going to, because I can't do a portrait of Stephanie on here, I'm going to draw a star. Oh, where shall I put a star? Let's put a star there. That is not a very good star. But there you go. I shall have to work on that in a few minutes. Forgetting myself. Yeah, let's have one of those. Right, so a not very starry looking star. And we've got to put the detail in on the face. I think I might use a pen for that. And there we go, my favourite things. I wonder what yours looks like. I think I need to continue putting a bit more decoration on this. And some water there. But there we go. I will continue with it and then show you when it has finished. So there we go. Oh, there we go. Well, here I am, another session. I'm going to do what I can with it to, in my eyes, improve it. I will speed up the video, I think, and that way you won't be there ages watching me. So this will be me speeded up. Well, here we are with the finished picture. I don't know why the iPad just stopped recording before I'd got to the end of that. It's fascinating watching it all speeded up, isn't it? So there you go. This is the finished picture. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you, or for you seeing me, tomorrow for the next episode of the Artful Elf. Please do think about sharing, and also what about having a little Facebook group so that I can see what you've been doing. I've been sharing all my art that isn't very good. I'd love to see yours. Thanks for watching.